Local fire suspicious. Wow. Hello everybody, my name is WC Antics and welcome to PC Building Simulator 2. Now, this is just the demo version because I need a little bit of time before I could get the full game, but once you get the full game, there's a lot of content I want to do for this game. If you guys didn't know already, I am a very big PC builder. I worked on this PC I was given, the PC that I bought so I can do this stuff. I did a lot of work on it. And I also help people and build PCs and stuff like that. And I just really enjoy this kind of game. I played the first one like a long time ago, and it was pretty good. It actually what kind of got me started into PC building. That and Linus Tech Tips. I'm just going to go ahead and do a shout out, even though they probably will never see my channel. But they're kind of part of the reason why I also got into PC building in the first place. Remove the side panel. Oh, I gotta take out the screws. Of course, you gotta take out the screws. Missing GPU. This PC is missing a GPU. Thankfully, you just had a very good one delivered. Let's install it to rebuild the PC. Take out the PCI lock bracket. Take out the PCI slot cover. Not the PCI slot. No, that's a bitch and a half. Oh, sweet. That's actually pretty cool. And you got your power cables right there. Remove component. PCI lock. This, yes, having your PCI lock installed will help exponentially. The only thing different what I would do as well, I don't give a fuck who you are. I would make sure there's a anti-sag bracket like put on, because no matter who you are, there's no way your screws are gonna last fucking forever, because GPUs are heavy. They're pretty heavy. I have a makeshift anti-sag bracket on mine because I know how fucking heavy it is. Wait, am I negative $15? That's weird. Alright. Exit. You're not gonna boot it? Okay. I'm guessing this is our boot. Press P to switch on. Okay, that's pretty cool. Select email. Paint the case. That's nice. Accepted jobs. Alright, we're gonna go scan a PC. Alright, virus scanning. The computer wants any virus removed from this PC. You'll need to use a USB stick loaded with virus removal software. Luckily, you have one in your inventory. And remove programs. Anti-virus scanner, cool. I'll double click. All right, let's start scanning. How many files do you have that are viruses? 456 infected files. Jeez, that's a lot. What are you looking at? Are you trying to pirate movies off the internet? Is that what you did? I feel like that's what you did. Nice. All right, that's a done job. Virus scan is completed. Oh, 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 oh. Ready to be shipped. Hell yeah. Alright, going to... Hell yeah. Custom water cooling a GPU. Yeah, that one's a bit... I'm going to tell you, that shit is complicated as hell. Yep. I'm going to take off the radiator plates. We have to take off the fans. Alright, remove old thermal pads. And whenever you guys are replacing any components, you really need to at least replace it with new ones, because it's a bit more of a guarantee that it's going to work and it's going to last. So, like, a GPU has its own, like, chip. And it's kind of the same thing whenever you have your CPU. Anytime you ever take off that fan or radiator that you use to keep your CPU cold, you need to take off the thermal paste. And you do that because now after that, you know for a fact that once you put a fresh coat of thermal paste on, that thermal paste should be working. Or it's enough thermal paste, it's done correctly. It's just something highly recommended. So them putting this water block on for this GPU, I kind of get it, for them to replace all the thermal pads as well as the thermal paste for it. Alright, gonna install the GPU. We're gonna lock it in. Cables. Alright, that's all good. Now we gotta install piping for water cooling, because this is your water cooling reservoir. This is where you pull it for that coolant liquid. So yeah, so from how this is gonna go is it's gonna go fresh, in, used, out, recycled for cooling. And it's like a recycling system. So in, out, or it could be either way, in or out. We're gonna do red because it matches the setup. So just for this guy, we're gonna do UV coolant. So we have it filled in, and you guys are gonna see it. Yep, it's gonna be in. It's gonna be cooling that. Then the fans will also be cooling it back down to go to the CPU. And then it's like a recycle system. So it kind of just refreshes each other constantly. The PC boots. Now it boots. Graphics card is working because it's pulling up the operating system. And that's how you know it still boots properly. So now, since you know it's done, you now put on the side panel. And now you're good to go. Lighting apps. Okay, so now you have to go into lighting. Now, every system has their own like software for RGB. I have a EVGA, so like graphics card. So how you just get that lighting is by going into downloading their software program off the internet, and then I could go into it and I could change the RGB on my graphics card. I currently have it off because certain lights can burn out your graphics card, and it could also like break your graphics card because it's trying to take so much power on lighting. So we'll do that, and then they want it to be rainbow, walking RGB. Okay. Oh no, that's the easiest one so far. All right, and last job. Ooh, overclocking a CPU. Yeah, this one's fun. All right. Now we got the cables. Oh, still missing. Okay, there we go. All right, we're gonna go ahead and boot this. We're gonna send it into BIOS. Yep. Oh, yeah. Actually, this is exactly what it looks like in the BIOS for EVGA. So let's see. For this job, you're doing overclocking. Select the CPU OC tab. Boom. The CPU speed shows megahertz to 1,000 to 400,000. You can tweak value of change the ratio. We're gonna increase the ratio to 44, and we're gonna change it to 135 volts. And then after, anytime you ever change anything, like major settings wise, especially in your BIOS, you're gonna have to restart your system regardless. Now you can go into software. Then now that you have calibrated your CPU to be overclocked, now you turn on the stuff that runs it. It's like a testing software, so you have to make sure like, oh, it's gonna overclock and it's not gonna die. Like, all right, that is done. All right, we got all those jobs done. All right, let's go ahead and collect that money. Okay. All right. Now, that won't arrive till tomorrow, and it's a painting job. So let's check the email, see if they have any other jobs. In transit, done, done, done. Okay, let's see what we have on our own system. Let's see, custom cables. I guess this is where system info. Let's see, CPU. Okay, it's not going to tell us. All right. Ooh. Oh, we could do our own wallpapers? You know what? You know what? Because I'm a fan, Linus, this is for you. I'm going to make this. Ooh, now we can also change the name. Oh, cool. We're going to call it Antics Labs. No, I had the wide my caps lock was on. Antics Labs. Oh, capital L. Labs. Yeah. Antics Labs. Yeah. And then we got our Linus Tech Tips. Woo. Well, we ended our day. Good morning. Ooh, and we got that custom job we gotta do. Changing your workbench type. For this job, you'll need to change and refit the workbench ready for case customization. I like the workbench to press B to change its type. Oh, okay. Okay. Now we got case modding workbench. Oh, okay. Case modding. Okay. They want it. I'm going to do a big nozzle size. And apply on case. Hold left click. Let's the least amount of transparency. You know what? Redo. Alright, let's try that again. Let's do a nice and soft. Alright, this transparency thing is annoying. Alright. Solid red. We're just gonna go solid red. Alright, and in the front panel. Alright, cool. Alright. Custom case is done. Nice. Alright, we gotta level up. Ooh, we got a bunch of stuff for that. Alright. Okay, they want their air cooler fixed. So I'm super stoked to see a new repair shop in town. Totally sucks that happened to the last one. I hope they catch the guy who did it. Anyway, the air cooler is in my computer, busted the whole thing. Okay. Some jobs require new and additional replacement components. Let's order it. All right, cool. So we have to replace your cooling fan. Okay. All right. Buying your cooling fan. Looks like they have a pretty nice AMD one, apparently. Oh, is it here? Oh, no, it's a tablet. Oh. Alright, so what can we do with the tablet? Oh, we can check our emails here. That's actually pretty nice. Oh, workshop themes. Poptoleptic. No. Okay. Okay. This is... AKA Arlo's Cat PC Building Cafe. Okay. Oh, this is... There's advanced lighting in here. The pink storage case. The break room and storage. LTT screwdrivers. I really need to get myself one. I really want an LTT screwdriver. Oh, this would be so great. And this seems so correct for there to be a bunch of their water bottles that they made. If they had, I don't even know if they have coasters. They had coasters. They should get coasters. That would be a good idea. I would buy it. I would buy coasters. But it also makes sense for there to be so many screwdrivers from the workshop. All right. I know this isn't a sponsorship, but honestly, I'm just a big fan. I'm just a huge fan of Linus Tech Tips. They really got me into this whole PC building whenever I was in the military and deployed and away from my family. But this gave me something to learn, so I had stuff to do while I was away. Oh. Yeah, it happens. Alright, paint it red. Nice. Alright, cool. Let's see. So I'm going to go here real quick. That's it. Okay, we need to replace SSD. PC parts. So it's a broken SSD? They want anything better? Hold on. Let's verify that real quick. It's just a replacement? Yeah, it's just a replacement. Okay, so we'll go ahead and order a replacement part. Yep, we're just going to go ahead and order a replacement SSD. Okay. And buy that. Alright. This is a customized job. We gotta fix that broken cooler now. Alright, now let's go to our work area. Pick up this. And set it over here. Alright. Oh, what did I skip out of on accident? Alright, you're missing the following parts. AMD Wraith Prism. Did I not pick it up? Oh. Forgot to pick up the packaging. Alright, now I got the fan. Alright, now let's go ahead and take these off. Tap screws. Alright, take out the power cable. Go ahead and replace that. We gotta take this off. I have a Ryzen 3 1200. Ain't bad. AMD is pretty good. I have an Intel system, which is also pretty good. The whole argument between Intel and AMD, it's more of what's good for what you're paying for. Like, I don't need AMD at the current moment. I would like to get an AMD system at some point. However, this is what I got, and it works. So I'm not going to complain too much when, hey, it works. If it's broke, if it's not broke, don't fix it, right? No, don't. No, I don't want to. No, no, no. God damn it! I don't want that. You do not put the case back on before you boot it. That is bad luck. Now you have to make sure it boots. I swear, they put in the game to where, like, if you put that case on, you're like, oh, it didn't boot because you did something wrong. I would laugh. I would genuinely laugh so hard at that. All right. And boop. All right. Does it boot? You better boot. All right, you're booting. All right, we're good. Okay, that's all of the day's work for me. All right, this still looks. Top 3D Mark times. Ooh, there we have a #1 of who has the best. All right. It's ready to shoot checklist. Slate computed, proper ready with remote working. Sponsor, copy, and props. Tools ready, thermal paste. Props ready, mic check, levels, fresh batteries. Camera check, batteries, media, scene check, lighting, and stage and background. That is 100% true about shooting video, so I feel that. I know I don't have the best stuff, but I do know all about this. Alright, let's go ahead and replace this SSD. You know what? I'm just going to go ahead and set the stuff on the proper benches first. This one's going here. This one's going here. That's the customization. Grab the parts. I'll go ahead and do the painting first. Alright, we'll paint it. They want green. Give them green. Not on the glass. That's good. We'll go ahead and paint this. I'm surprised they're not making you like put tape on it before like you paint. I'm surprised about that. Like you're gonna need paint on your IOs, shields. You're gonna need them for where your fans are. You need tape on where your fans are. Any cracks, really. Alright, that's it. Alright, painting job. And now let's go work on that SSD. Actually, I'm going to check. Upgrade. Install GeForce 970 or better. Alright, I could do that. Alright, so can I shop here? I can! Alright, graphics card. They wanted a 970 or greater. You know, I'm gonna give them exactly what they ask for. I'm gonna give them exactly what they're asking for. 970. All right, replace CPU. All right, looks like that job. What kind of CPU do you have? It's a Ryzen 3 1300X. Go ahead and get that as well. Alright, custom job is done. I'm gonna collect that. And one. There. Alright, let's go ahead and replace this SSD. Now, I'm gonna be honest. It would be really good is if I had an LTT screwdriver to work on these systems. I know seems like I'm just trying to practically, you know, give them praise, but I'm gonna be honest, like, from someone who's worked on systems as well as like even as an electrician, because I was an electrician, having a good screwdriver can make a really big difference on whether, like, how fast you get the job done, or even if, you know, it's quality work too. And a lot of people don't know that's true, but I don't know, sometimes you gotta take pride in your tools. And me, I had a screwdriver I used only for any time I was working on systems, because it could change. You could change to Phillips, you could change it to flathead. Hell, I even had something to help me splice wire together, because that was awesome. Well, okay, you're gonna make me do it anyway. Fine. All right, now we have to install Windows onto it, or an OS, whatever. Nice! New operating software installed. Hopefully I gain back my USB drive that I put into there, but okay. Alright. Nope. Tablet. Alright. That's the upgrade. That's a fix. Excuse me. That's a custom job, and we got that. So, get this. Okay. New parts available. This is the... there. This... oh, nope. This is the... install the new graphics card. And I want to update the graphics card. Yep, there's a graphics card and there's the CPU. Alright, let's go ahead and get this done. Actually, while I'm at it, I'm going to go ahead. What they want? A new PSU. They wanted the reactor core 650 watt or better. You know what? I'm gonna be nice this time. I'm actually gonna give them a better power supply. Alright, they wanted 650 watt, but they also could do better. So I think we have anything better actually. I mean, there's 650 watt, but this is 100 millimeters. It's also moderate. You know what? Actually, I gotta say this. This is better. There's not. This is probably what you're gonna get. My bad. Okay. Go ahead and buy that. All right. All right. Let's go ahead and get this done. You know what? Let's do the replacement CPU first. Ooh, I like that. All right. Now we gotta take out this. Take out the fan. We have to unclench the bracket. Move the CPU. We're going to go ahead and go to our CPU processors. It's broken. Now here's our new one. We're going to go ahead and get that. Put down the tension rod. Jiggle, jiggle, jiggle. Make sure it's secured. Tools. Thermal paste. We're going to put a good dot on there. All right. Install cooling fan. Oh, yeah. Let's literally just go fan. We're going to go ahead and cables. Hook that up to power. All right. Now, we're going to see if it boots. All right. And voila. And ta-da! It is done. Close that panel. And it is done. Alright. That's an easy job. I'm gonna say, I think honestly, the most like nerve-wracking installation, like the two most nerve-wracking ones, I have to say, when building a PC is the CPU and GPU. Like those two are the scariest things, I would have to say. And the only reason why is because of the CPU. It's very easy to bend those pins. And if you do it wrong, or if you didn't put it in the right way, it can bend those pins, and it's very hard to get those fixed or bent back into place. And for the GPU, you break that PCI slot, you might as well just replace the motherboard. I mean, unless you know how to replace a PCI slot, I just replace a motherboard at that point. All right, that's. Oh yeah, take out the cord first. All right. Graphics card. Here's the new graphics card. Boom. With components, PCI lock. All right, do the cables. You should definitely plug in those cables before you plug in the PSU to the wall. That was dumb of me. All right, and does a boot. Hey, there we go. All right, we're gonna go ahead and install the side panel, and we'll be good to go. That's another job done. Now, once we actually have the full game, I do plan on actually doing like custom builds in the game, or even building my own PC or my dream PC in the game, so I could talk about it, show you guys, or we can have conversations about the PCs. Especially since I cannot afford to actually go buy PC components and then, you know, try to do it here in person. But this is a good alternative. Like, it's very similar. Everything is the same. Now, some things are not even that easy to just install or just replace, but it's somewhat revenue, sell some PCs. right. Ooh. It's not bad. It's pretty cool. Move that slightly. Ooh. All right. That's kind of all we can do for now. All right, let's end the day. Yay, I have a new storefront. Yeah, the jobs. All right, check out this new storefront. Up. Top 3D Mark times 5 score. 16,237. All right. Oh, this is pretty good. It's pretty guys. I have to say that. HyperX, nice. Razer. Yeah, don't have any 60%, because that's what I use. I use a 60%. Stuff that's on sale. Motherboards of PSUs. Alright, that's pretty cool. You know what? Because I think we're at a good stopping point. So I'm going to leave this video here, so it also gives me more stuff to record later. And I want to make sure to really make sure that I'm not messing this up. So if you guys like it, please subscribe. Comment what at some point if I get the full game, what kind of PCs do you guys want me to build? Because I'm gonna be honest, I could do this forever because I want this to be like one of the main videos on my channel is playing this or playing other games and just talk about tech, because tech is my thing. I love it. And I just also want to emphasize this one more time, that it's really cool that they added a Linus Tech Tips theme into the video. Have all their screwdrivers, all their decorations, their lighting, kind of like how they would do a studio. But yep, that's it for this video, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.